We're doing music and movies with Esco. Let's go. Back with another album review. Let's jump right into it. Lupe Fiasco, Drill Music in Zion. This album was released. It's his 8th studio album, by the way. And Lupe released this June 24th, 2022. The album was preceded by 2 singles, Autobot and Drill Music in Zion. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about it. So, this album by Lupe is more poignant poetry, more layered, very layered hip hop content by Lupe. Very adult like, very mature, and he just shines through on this album. He's got some short songs, but the impact is made on those. And the longer length songs, truly, truly impactful. Thing I noticed about this album kicks off with spoken word. It's beautiful. The whole project, we don't often say that about a hip hop album in those terms. This is a very beautiful, well put together 10 track, really 9 song album. And Lupe is definitely still got it. Completely, he still has it. And he's getting truly deep on this album. There's a song on this album called Kiosk. I believe it's the 5th track. You have to listen to it over and over again to get it. I was able to get it, the deep meaning of it, on the first listen. And that's rare with Lupe's work. Because sometimes, and the truth is, he's one of those hip hop artists that you may have to play back repeatedly in order to really get what he's saying or what he's trying to resonate with the listener. Because he does go deep. And he's pretty much done that nearly the whole entirety of his career, except for maybe Lasers, which Lasers, of course, didn't have much of a redeeming quality except for 2 songs. I thought I only did not like Food and Liquor 2. Food and Liquor 1 is a classic. But on second thought, as I go back in my mind, it was Lasers that just didn't have that. I think he was aiming for something more on the commercial side back then. But this album right here, again called Drill Music in Zion, it's not an attempt for anything commercial. This is just Lupe at his most creative. Again, the artwork is another painting image on the front, like a bunch of colors put together. And as I glanced at the track list, there's no blemishes on this album. And while it's still not a perfect album, there's nothing weak. There's nothing that's necessarily like I have to skip it. There may be songs better than others, but there's nothing where you just like, I have to hit the button, especially if you're a Lupe fan. If you're a big Lupe Fiasco fan, you'll love this project. You have Mrs. Mural. So I believe that's part of the Mural series that began with Tetsu and Youth, which is my personal favorite Lupe project. The beauty of this album, in a word, I will put it to you like this by going into my favorite 5. You guys are ready? Favorite 5 songs off of Drill Music in Zion? Give me Precious Things. Precious Things. I easily can just loop that thing on repeat and just let it bang. Just that girl that sings on the hook. I think her name is Nayira. She's a very good sounding artist. Also, give me Seattle featuring Nayira. Give me On Fox Nem, which is the album closer, and it's epic and amazing. Give me Naomi. I have one more. And give me Kiosk. And those are my favorite 5. Yeah, those are my favorite 5 cuts off of the album. And then one thing I'm noticing that I did one, let me see. Because I'm sitting here like, wait a second, something's not right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to pick 5, so give me Naomi. Yeah, I almost missed 5. So those are my favorite 5 songs. I have Precious Things, Kiosk, Naomi, Seattle, and On Fox Now. So yeah, Seattle for me is probably the biggest highlight out of the whole album. I truly can't understand why Lupe named the song Seattle. And trust me, I've labbed this song a lot. I've listened to it a lot, like over and over again, repeatedly. But outside of not knowing what the reason is for the title, the song itself is just magnificent. I love it. So this album for me stays in rotation. It has really good staying power in terms of being pure hip hop. The production is crisp sounding. That's A1. I got to give the production about a 9. Replay value, got to give it about a 9. The features, there's no feature rap artist on here, but the singer, Nayira, she does a great job. Got to give it like an 8.5 for her. The spoken word lady, Aisha Jaco, her poetry was pretty good. But Lupe carried this album by itself, except for a few verses sung by the female artist. So I got to give them big ups for that, props for that, delivering on that. And then I got to score the album. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's one of his best works. Like I say, Lupe, he's not really for everybody. Or maybe I didn't say that, especially at this point of his career. If you're into deep hip hop lyricism, political, deep cutting, layered lyrics, Lupe would be your guy. I think that he honestly could make a whole album without profanity if he so chose. He's just very talented. So let me know, guys, what you think about Lupe's Drill Music in Zion. Drop it in the comments. If you stumble, because the internet is a big, wide world and place. If Lupe stumbles across it, man, Lupe, you just keep doing great work. And you don't care about the sales. You care about the art. Maybe you care about the sales, but you don't never let it be known. And you just put out quality work. And it's much appreciated by fans and those that just love hip-hop lyricism at its purest form. It's appreciated. That's all I got for this video. Peace.